I wanna die. That's what I wanna do. I wanna crash out right now and just like this like life. I swear to God.
YK Osiris's 2013 trip to Jamaica, reportedly funded by Diddy, has resurfaced with shocking new revelations. For years, Osiris never confirmed or denied the rumors, but now, nearly 12 years later, he's breaking his silence. The singer is revealing disturbing details that point to Diddy as a major factor in his decision to walk away from the music industry. Allegations of dark secrets and even more troubling video footage are beginning to surface. What happened during that secret trip has left many stunned. Even 50 Cent didn't see this coming.
Tell him the story.
Tell him the story. So we talking about rumors, right?
Yeah.
And we, when you Google his name, there's a rumor that pops up that he was Diddy's boy toy.
Oh shit!
Right.
Wait, so this is
so Charlamagne said
it's not true, but I told after he brought up the stuff with you, I said, you know what 50 gonna say when he meets you.
Oh no, I don't know that was going on.
You know,
I can't wait to run into him again.
See, what you gonna say to him?
Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami. You know it was in Miami. Yo, look, that's what James Cruz used to say all the time. Miami. He's like, Miami. I'm like, what's the matter? What you talking about, Miami? What happened in Miami?
Play the audio. Play the audio.
Back in 2013, YK Osiris began sharing posts from a lavish trip to Jamaica, where he appeared to be living it up, sipping drinks by the pool and enjoying intimate massages at a luxury resort. His social media painted the picture of someone having the time of his life. Interestingly, around the same time, Diddy was also in Jamaica, though he kept his trip under wraps and posted nothing publicly. The most shocking detail: just weeks before this extravagant getaway, YK was seen on Instagram Live in tears, talking about how he was selling everything he owned just to get by. The contrast raised serious questions, and now, over a decade later, those questions are finally getting answers.
Royce, I sold my Cadillacs. Yes, sir, ski. Yes, sir, ski. Ride that thing. Hey, I'm about to beat that charge. Man, what the heck? I ain't gonna lie. This thing gonna be yourself. I ain't gonna cap to you. I got a floss for you, nigga. God, I ain't got a floss for you, man. If y'all gonna think what y'all wanna think. If I do got it, don't got it. Y'all gonna think what y'all wanna think. I love this hunt, dude.
During his entire trip to Jamaica, YK Osiris repeatedly tagged Diddy in his posts and mentioned him in his Instagram stories, sparking suspicion among fans. The sudden shift from being broke and emotional on IG Live to living it up in a 5-star resort didn't go unnoticed. One fan commented, "The moment I saw there were no women or signs of family around, I knew a man had paid for that trip." Another added, "People forget it was only Diddy and YK in Jamaica. Diddy's the type to fly people out." There's always been talk that YK let Diddy use him in exchange for help paying off his debts. Since the beginning of his career, YK has faced ongoing financial struggles, and this situation only adds to the speculation. Many believe the trip wasn't just a favor, it was a humiliation ritual. YK made no effort to hide his connection to Diddy, and some say that was intentional. Diddy wanted the world to see what was happening. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time YK has been publicly humiliated. And now it seems there may have been a much darker reason behind it all.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, they got all this money, but they dealing with emo spirits. They dealing with killing themselves. They dealing with, man, come on, man. Like, dude, like, y'all don't understand, my nigga. Stop saying that it's a God blessing. This is not from God. This is not from God. Business, and I'll be honest with you, bro. I want to get out this music industry because this is not for me. But I do it because I feed my family. But I don't want to be in this. This is not what God want me to do. God don't want me to do this. But I do it to feed my family. I want to get out this. I want to get out the music industry because yes, you go through pain. You go through this because this is what the devil wants you to go through to destroy yourself. The devil wants you to go through this to destroy yourself. But y'all wouldn't understand because y'all not really, some of y'all, I understand that y'all not really hooked on to it, but this is not what the God wants you to do.
Peel back the layers, and Drake's name starts to surface as well. At one point, Drake publicly humiliated YK Osiris on his Instagram story, exposing the fact that YK owed him money. The way Drake made YK sing for him while broadcasting his financial struggles didn't sit well with many fans. But Drake wasn't the only one who put YK in uncomfortable situations. Shockingly, YK went as far as getting Drake's Certified Lover Boy album cover tattooed on his leg and even styled his haircut to match the album's aesthetic. A grown man being humiliated, tattooing another artist's brand on his body, and mimicking his image. Many are starting to question whether this was just innocent fan behavior or something much deeper and more troubling.
Bands, and you have to perform the song right now in the crib. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? I'm giving you an out. I'm not Baby, I'm not Boosie. You don't owe me no 2 rags, 5 rags. You owe me 60 bands. I'm playing the song right now. You ready? I need a full. You won't owe me no money right now. I swear, I need a full performance though. The real shit though. I'm serious.
You just gotta be ready. Oh, again.
After all of this, YK Osiris was seen crying, admitting that Drake no longer speaks to him and has completely cut him off. It left many wondering, was YK doing all of this just for money and approval? According to fans, it appears Diddy may have exploited YK during a vulnerable time. They like them young because they're easy to influence and manipulate, one fan wrote. Despite everything, many still believe YK has a future. He's going to make it. We're praying for him. I see something pure in his spirit, and the father takes care of his children. Another supporter said, YK seemed lost and desperate for connection, but now, the hope is that he finds peace, healing, and truth. God protect him, a fan added. Let the truth set him free.
Me and the baby don't talk. Nobody in Osiris. Nobody, so don't keep using that with me. Like, you can't keep using that. Like, stop. Like, we don't talk. The baby don't with me no more. Drake don't with me no more. And nobody with Osiris. So why the I keep living? Like, I should tell y'all not getting it. Like, so you tell me why should I keep living? I don't get it. Like, why y'all saying like y'all would tell me all the time, but I'm giving y'all explanations like why should.
You struggling? You struggling with them push-ups?
This is exactly what Terrence Howard was warning about. Hollywood is a dark and twisted industry that often demands people to sacrifice their integrity and manhood for fame and fortune. Terrence spoke out about how those who say yes to these hidden deals end up paying a heavy price. He revealed that once you give up your integrity, the trauma and abuse stay with you forever. The damage isn't just temporary, it haunts you. And it raises a powerful question. What's the point of success if you have to lose your self-respect to get there?
You got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far, you know? Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head, you know? But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things, when you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card.
Justin Bieber and Usher experienced this dark side of the industry too. Young men are often preyed upon. They're groomed, manipulated, and used by powerful figures. When they're unable to cope with the trauma or erase the memories of the abuse, many turn to drugs and alcohol as a way to numb the pain. This vicious cycle is one of the main reasons so many artists eventually walk away from the spotlight. Justin Bieber, YK Osiris, and the late Aaron Carter all distanced themselves from the industry, and for many, it's clear they were running from the same painful truth.
Some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
It's the same story every time, just like YK, trying to deny the allegations. Justin is now saying no to the shame of what they went through, and what they were forced to do is eating them up.
Justice these victims rightfully deserve. Bieber's questionable connection to Diddy piquing interest online as the rap mogul's indictment for sex trafficking and racketeering charges, which he denies, made headlines. Old clips of the two hanging out while Justin was underage resurfacing.
Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out some girls.
Man after my heart, that's what I'm talking about.
We hit him like this, so me and you walking, we hanging out, a little later on the night after the Usher concert.
There's also this old Jimmy Kimmel Live segment, adding to fan fears about what might have gone down with Diddy.
Got me a Lamborghini.
That's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
Everything ain't for everybody.
This all comes as Bieber's followers are worried for him, the singer's erratic social media posts causing concern week after week, the believers asking if what he's seen behind the scenes of the industry.
Dawn Richard, a former member of Danity Kane music group formed by Diddy, has come forward with powerful testimony during the ongoing trial. She alleged that she was sexually assaulted by Diddy while working under his label. According to her testimony, both she and other members of the group were subjected to regular sexual harassment. Diddy reportedly demanded that she strip down to her underwear during rehearsals, frequently slapped her on the buttocks, and even held meetings wearing nothing but his own underwear. These disturbing claims are now part of the official complaint, shedding more light on the toxic environment that allegedly existed behind the scenes.
Richard joined Combs' group Diddy Dirty Money after Danity Kane disbanded. While on the stand, she told jurors that she saw Combs hit Ventura with a skillet full of eggs at his Los Angeles home in 2009. Richard testified per NBC News. He came downstairs asking where his phone was, and he threw her to the ground. He attempted to kick her. She fell to the ground and went into the fetal position, literally trying to hide her head. In addition to striking Ventura with the skillet, Richard said Combs put his arm around the singer's neck and took her upstairs before she heard glass breaking. Richard added, "I was scared for her. I was scared to do anything." Richard's testimony in Combs' ongoing trial comes 8 months after she accused the rapper in a lawsuit of subjecting her to years of inhumane working conditions, which included groping, assault, and false imprisonment. The lawsuit, filed in September, obtained by E! News, stated, Mr. Combs frequently held meetings with Ms. Richard wearing only his underwear, despite Ms. Richard's protests and repeated requests for him to put on clothing. In her filing, the 41-year-old also alleged that Combs ordered her to strip down to her underwear, made demeaning remarks about her body, and entered her dressing room unannounced while she was unclothed and touched her without her permission.
Lead defense attorney Mark Agnifilo is cross-examining Carrie Morgan. She's the former best friend of Cassie Ventura, who spent a lot of time with the couple when they were together between 2008 and 2018 when she stopped speaking with Cassie. Now, they just got into questions about an alleged 2018 attack where she says Diddy grabbed her by the throat from behind and, in her words, boomeranged a wooden hanger at her head. After the incident, she said she considered filing a lawsuit, but sat down having a conversation with Cassie, and it was her understanding, she testified, that she was going to be paid $30,000, which she accepted, in order to not go to the police, not file a lawsuit, and sign an NDA to not speak about it. Now, Agnifilo wanted to try to establish that the money came from Cassie, but on direct and on cross-examination in answer to that question, Carrie said it was her understanding that that money was going through Cassie, but being paid to her by Diddy. Now, elsewhere in her testimony, she spoke to the jury about violence that she witnessed at the hands of Diddy and going toward Cassie. Specifically, certain events stuck out in her mind, like an incident in Jamaica where the girls said that they were scared and ended up hiding in a ditch for some time. She was also at Cassie's apartment after the 2016 Intercontinental Hallway attack. She said that that police were called. She wasn't exactly sure who called them. She didn't remember that. Cassie testified that it was Morgan who did call police, but that Ventura was completely uncooperative with them, wouldn't answer their questions. But Morgan did say during her testimony on direct and on cross that the police who came to the scene were aware of Ventura's black eyes at the time because they had asked what happened, despite the fact that she would not answer.
Diddy has a habit of assaulting the people working under him, and in return for sexual favors. He would help you out financially and help your career grow. YKK was in a vulnerable position, and Diddy knew this.
That guys would climax on her and she would take the cum and rub it on Diddy's nipples. Was this happening in your sessions?
Well, so it is an assumption, right? So, obviously with the veil, there was a very deliberate attempt to hide his identity.
Yeah.
So they never had any interactions or even any outward conversation in my presence. So there was a routine where sometimes we'll be right in the middle of sex and he'll just stand up and walk out of the room. And she would take that cue and she would follow him out. So I did recognize, and I mentioned it in my book, that it became a habit that we're having sex on couches with sheets. We started in towels. I would climax, but she would specifically leave the room without wiping herself, without doing anything to take care of whatever I left on her. So I assumed that's when he popped up, because once I climbed up, he popped up, he left the room, she popped up, she followed him. So I'm assuming that's when the lathering, whatever went on, happened at that point.
Okay, so at what point did he stop wearing a veil?
It was shortly after. The way that I ended up finding out who he was and they were, because they're obviously in conjunction with each other, about the fifth time we were in a hotel called the Essex House. And when I would arrive for the sessions, I would be waiting around a couple of hours. So in this specific time, they put me into an extra room in the hotel suite. And to kill time, I decided to watch TV. And this specific hotel had a welcome message, which was, so when I cut on the TV, it specifically said, Essex House would like to welcome Mr. Sean Combs.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa, like I was blown away.